Imagine a single act that could shake the foundations of an unjust system and become the rallying point for a movement. Now, imagine that act being performed by an ordinary woman on an ordinary day. This was the extraordinary power of Rosa Parks. In this video, we'll delve into 6 life lessons from Rosa Parks that are as relevant today as they were during her time. These lessons offer timeless wisdom about standing up for what you believe in, overcoming fear, and the power of persistence. But more than that, they are a testament to the strength that lies within each one of us. So, if you're ready to get inspired and tap into your own inner strength, then this video is for you. Let's journey together through the life of Rosa Parks and uncover the extraordinary within the ordinary. Lesson 1. Stand for what you believe in. Rosa Parks, a courageous and determined woman, taught us a profound lesson about standing for what we believe in, regardless of the consequences. Her act of defiance on that fateful day in Montgomery, Alabama, wasn't just about a seat on a bus. It was about dignity, respect, and the fight against systemic racism. Imagine the scene. Rosa Parks, weary from a long day of work, boarded the bus and took a seat. As the bus became crowded, the driver demanded that she give up her seat to a white passenger. In that pivotal moment, Rosa Parks chose to stay seated. She chose to defy the unjust and oppressive laws that dictated segregation. She chose to stand up for her rights, and in doing so, she ignited a powerful flame that would ignite change. Rosa Parks' decision was not a spur-of-the-moment act. It was a result of years of witnessing injustice and discrimination. It was a culmination of her unwavering belief in equality and her refusal to accept the status quo. Her defiance sparked the Montgomery bus boycott, a pivotal event in the civil rights movement that lasted for over a year. Through her courage, she inspired countless others to join the fight for justice. Rosa Parks teaches us that standing for what we believe in is not always easy, but it is essential. It requires us to be steadfast in our convictions, even when faced with adversity or opposition. It's like an oak tree standing tall against strong winds, firmly rooted and unyielding. In our own lives, we encounter situations that challenge our values and principles. We may be tempted to conform, to stay silent, or to avoid conflict. But Rosa Parks reminds us that our beliefs are worth fighting for. When we witness injustice or discrimination, we have a choice, to remain passive or to take a stand. Standing for what we believe in may come at a cost. Rosa Parks faced arrest, backlash, and threats to her safety. But she understood that the price of silence and compliance was far greater. She understood that true change can only come from the collective actions of individuals who refuse to accept inequality. Rosa Parks' act of defiance reminds us that we all have the power to make a difference, regardless of our circumstances. Our actions may not have the same historical impact as hers, but they still matter. We may not be facing the same systemic oppression, but there are countless causes and issues that require our attention and action. Think about the injustices you see around you, in your community, workplace, or even within yourself. What do you believe in? What values and principles do you hold dear? Take a moment to reflect on the causes that resonate with you, the ones that ignite a fire within your soul. Standing for what you believe in may require courage, resilience, and sacrifice. It may mean speaking up when others remain silent, taking action when others are complacent, or challenging the status quo when others are content. But remember, your voice matters, and your actions can create ripples of change. So, let Rosa Parks be a guiding light, reminding us that our beliefs have the power to shape the world around us. Let her courage inspire us to stand up for justice, equality, and the values we hold dear. As we navigate our own paths, may we find the strength to be unwavering in our convictions, just as Rosa Parks did on that historic day. Lesson number 2 from the list is about how fear should not dictate our actions. Rosa Parks serves as a powerful example of someone who defied fear and stood up for what she believed in. When we examine her actions that day on the bus in Montgomery, we realize that it took an immense amount of courage to disrupt the established order. Fear is a natural human emotion, designed to protect us from potential dangers. However, it can also hold us back from taking necessary steps towards progress and change. In Rosa Parks' case, she could have easily succumbed to the fear of potential consequences, such as facing arrest or physical harm. Yet, she made a conscious decision to prioritize her principles over her fear. It's important to note that Rosa Parks was not fearless. She undoubtedly felt fear in that moment, but she chose not to let it dictate her actions. She understood that standing up against injustice required stepping out of her comfort zone and taking a courageous leap. Like a tightrope walker crossing a vast chasm, she knew the risks but focused on her goal of equality and justice. We can all learn from this lesson in our own lives. Often, we find ourselves facing situations where fear tries to hold us back. It could be speaking up against an unfair policy at work, pursuing a passion despite societal expectations, or standing up for someone who is being treated unjustly. In these moments, it is crucial to remember Rosa Parks' example. By acknowledging and accepting our fear, we can begin to understand its purpose without being controlled by it. Just as Rosa Parks acknowledged the potential consequences of her actions, we too must assess the risks involved. However, we should not allow fear to paralyze us or prevent us from taking action. It is helpful to remind ourselves of our values and the importance of what we stand for. Rosa Parks believed in justice, equality, and human rights. When our actions align with our core beliefs, fear loses its power over us. We become fueled by a greater purpose and are willing to face the discomfort and uncertainty that may come with it. Furthermore, Rosa Parks' act of defiance was not a solitary one. It ignited a movement and inspired countless others to join the fight for civil rights. This teaches us the significance of our actions and how they can have a ripple effect on the world around us. By overcoming our own fears, we not only empower ourselves but also inspire others to do the same. In conclusion, lesson number 2 from Rosa Parks' life teaches us that fear should not dictate our actions. Rosa Parks' courageous act of refusing to give up her seat on the bus shows us the transformative power of standing up for what we believe in, despite the fear that may try to hold us back. By acknowledging our fear, assessing the risks, and staying true to our values, we can overcome fear and take meaningful action in our own lives. Let Rosa Parks' example remind us that courage is a choice, and it is through our actions that we can create positive change in the world. Lesson number 3 from the list is about the power of small actions leading to big changes, as exemplified by the life of Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks' refusal to give up her seat on that Montgomery bus was a seemingly small act, but its impact was far-reaching and continues to resonate to this day. In December 1955, Rosa Parks boarded a bus in Montgomery, Alabama, taking a seat in the designated colored section. As the bus filled up, the driver demanded that she give up her seat to a white passenger. Rosa Parks, tired of the injustice and segregation she and others face daily, made a decision that would change the course of history. She chose to remain seated, igniting a spark of resistance that would become a symbol of the civil rights movement. At first glance, her action may have seemed inconsequential, just one woman refusing to comply with an unjust law. However, the impact of her defiance was profound. It served as a catalyst for a citywide boycott of the bus system, led by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and other civil rights leaders. The boycott lasted for 381 days, and during that time, the African American community united, walked, shared rides, and demonstrated their determination to fight against segregation. The boycott not only challenged the discriminatory bus policies in Montgomery but also served as a powerful symbol for the larger civil rights movement across the United States. What can we learn from Rosa Parks' small action that sparked a revolution? It teaches us that even the seemingly insignificant choices we make in our daily lives can have significant consequences. Each decision, each act of resistance or support for a cause, has the potential to create ripples of change. Just like a pebble dropped in a pond creates expanding waves, our actions can have far-reaching effects beyond what we may initially perceive. This lesson is particularly relevant in today's world, where we may sometimes feel overwhelmed by the enormity of the challenges we face. We may question if our individual efforts can truly make a difference. The example of Rosa Parks reminds us that it is precisely these small actions, carried out with conviction and determination, that can bring about meaningful change. We don't have to wait for a grand opportunity or a perfect moment to make a difference. Each day presents us with countless opportunities to stand up for what is right, to challenge injustice, to support causes that align with our values. It could be speaking up against discrimination, volunteering for a local community organization, or even engaging in conversations that promote understanding and empathy. By embracing the power of small actions, we become agents of change in our own lives and in the world around us. We inspire others to join us, creating a collective force that can bring about lasting impact. When we see the potential for change in the seemingly ordinary choices we make, we tap into our own agency and unlock our true potential as individuals and as a society. So, let us remember the lesson that Rosa Parks taught us, that our small actions can be the catalyst for big changes. Each one of us has the power to make a difference, and it is through our cumulative efforts that we can shape a better future for ourselves and generations to come. Let us be inspired by Rosa Parks' courage and resilience, and let us take action, no matter how small, to create a world that reflects our deepest values of justice, equality, and compassion. Lesson number 4, the power of persistence. Rosa Parks' fight for civil rights was not a sprint, but a marathon. It was a journey that required unwavering commitment and resilience. Parks faced numerous challenges and setbacks along the way, but she never wavered in her determination to bring about change. This lesson of persistence is a powerful one that can inspire us all in our own lives. In today's fast-paced world, we often seek instant gratification and quick results. We want immediate success, and when faced with obstacles, we may be tempted to give up. However, Rosa Parks teaches us that true change takes time, and it requires persistence. Parks' persistence can be compared to water carving a path through rock. Imagine a river flowing through a mountain, slowly but steadily eroding the hard surface, creating a deep and lasting impact. Parks' actions, although seemingly small at first, had a similar effect. She continued to challenge the oppressive system, day after day, and her persistence eventually led to the Montgomery bus boycott, a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement. The power of persistence lies in the ability to keep moving forward, even in the face of adversity. It's the refusal to give up when things become difficult or when progress seems slow. It's about staying true to your values and goals, no matter the obstacles that may arise. When we encounter obstacles in our own lives, we can draw inspiration from Parks' example. We can remind ourselves that setbacks are not failures but opportunities for growth and learning. We can adopt a mindset that sees challenges as stepping stones toward our goals rather than roadblocks. Persistence requires patience and a steadfast belief in the importance of the cause. It's like planting a seed and nurturing it, knowing that it takes time for it to grow into a strong and fruitful tree. Parks knew that change would not happen overnight, but she persisted because she believed in the righteousness of her cause. In our own lives, we can apply the lesson of persistence by setting realistic and achievable goals and breaking them down into manageable steps. Instead of being overwhelmed by the journey ahead, we can focus on taking small, consistent actions. Each step forward, no matter how small, brings us closer to our desired outcome. It's important to remember that persistence is not about blindly pushing ahead without reflection. It's about learning from failures and adapting our approach when necessary. Just as Parks adjusted her strategy over time, we too must be willing to reassess and refine our methods. By embracing the power of persistence, we can achieve remarkable things in our lives. We can overcome obstacles, break through barriers, and create lasting change. Like Rosa Parks, we can become agents of transformation in our own spheres of influence. So, as you reflect on the life and lessons of Rosa Parks, I encourage you to embrace the power of persistence in your own journey. Remember that change takes time, and setbacks are not the end but opportunities for growth. Stay committed to your goals, take consistent action, and never give up on what truly matters to you. Hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on more inspiring content like this. Together, let's persist and make a difference in the world. Lesson 5. Courage is contagious. In the history of civil rights movements, few names resonate as powerfully as Rosa Parks. Her act of defiance on that fateful day in Montgomery, Alabama, sparked a flame that would ignite a nation fighting for equality. But what made her act so influential? It was the contagious nature of her courage that inspired countless others to join the struggle for civil rights. Courage is not simply a personal attribute. It has the remarkable ability to spread like wildfire, igniting the spirits of those who witness it. Rosa Parks' unwavering bravery in the face of oppression became a catalyst, setting ablaze a movement that would bring about significant societal change. Imagine being Rosa Parks on that day, tired from a long day of work, and confronted with a deeply unjust system. She could have succumbed to fear, given in to the pressures of society, and quietly taken her assigned place at the back of the bus. But she chose a different path, a path of courage, strength, and resistance. Her defiance sent shockwaves through the community, touching the hearts and minds of individuals who had silently endured discrimination for far too long. It's like a spark in the darkness that lights up the room, dispelling fear and awakening hope. Those who witnessed Rosa's courageous act couldn't help but feel the fire of change burning within their own hearts. Her act inspired others to take similar stands against injustice, amplifying the voice of the civil rights movement. It created a domino effect, where one act of courage led to countless others. People from all walks of life, inspired by Rosa's bravery, began to challenge the discriminatory practices of the day. This ripple effect of courage is evident in the stories and accounts of those who followed in Rosa's footsteps. The bravery of individuals like Martin Luther King Jr., who emerged as a charismatic leader, can be traced back to the infectious courage sparked by Rosa Parks. It's like the birth of a phoenix, rising from the ashes of oppression, kindled by the courage of one woman. Courage is contagious because it taps into the collective strength of a community. It spreads like a wave, empowering others to find their voices, stand up against injustice, and demand change. It's the realization that one person's bravery can inspire a collective movement, that no act of courage is ever too small or insignificant. The lesson from Rosa Parks is clear. When we summon our inner courage and refuse to accept injustice, we become beacons of light for others. We inspire those around us to shed their fear and join us on the path to change. By being courageous, we create a sense of unity, solidarity, and belonging among those who share our cause. So, let Rosa Parks' legacy remind us that courage is not a solitary endeavor. It has the power to ignite a spark that can transform society. Let us draw inspiration from her unwavering resolve, her defiance in the face of adversity, and her belief in the power of collective action. By embracing our own courage, we can create a ripple effect that lights the way for generations to come. Together, we can change the world. Lesson 6. Your voice matters. Rosa Parks, through her courageous act of refusing to give up her seat on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama, showed the world that every individual's voice matters. In a time when the voices of African Americans were often silenced or dismissed, Rosa Parks stood up and spoke out against injustice. Her life serves as a powerful reminder that our voices, no matter how suppressed or small they may seem, have the potential to make a profound impact on the world around us. It is easy to underestimate the power of our own voices. We may think our opinions don't matter or that our individual actions won't create significant change. However, Rosa Parks teaches us that even the seemingly smallest voice can echo in the halls of change. Like a bird singing at dawn, breaking the silence and stirring the day, our voices have the ability to awaken others and inspire action. When Rosa Parks took her stand on that bus, she not only ignited a spark within herself but also within the entire civil rights movement. Her act of defiance resonated with countless others who were tired of being treated as second-class citizens. It was the catalyst that propelled individuals from all walks of life to join together and demand equality and justice. We must recognize that our voices have the power to shape our communities, our societies, and even the world at large. They have the power to challenge the status quo, to question societal norms, and to advocate for positive change. When we speak up for what we believe in, we give voice to our values, our passions, and our convictions. Our words have the potential to inspire others to action, to ignite a flame of hope and determination within those who hear them. However, using our voices effectively requires more than just speaking up. It also requires active listening. By listening to the voices of others, we create a space for diverse perspectives and ideas. We learn from one another and find common ground, fostering understanding and unity. Rosa Parks understood this, and she was not only a powerful speaker but also an attentive listener. She understood the importance of empathy and the value of hearing different viewpoints. This ability to listen and engage in constructive dialogue allows our voices to be vehicles for meaningful change rather than instruments of division. It is crucial to remember that our voices extend beyond mere words. Actions also speak volumes. Rosa Parks not only spoke up but also took a stand, quite literally, by remaining seated on that bus. Her action demonstrated her unwavering commitment to her beliefs and became a symbol of resistance against racial segregation. Similarly, our actions can speak louder than words. By living in alignment with our values and principles, we become living examples of the change we wish to see in the world. In a society that is often dominated by noise and conflicting voices, Rosa Parks teaches us the importance of finding authenticity in our own voices. When we speak from the heart, with sincerity and conviction, our words carry a unique power. Authenticity has the ability to resonate deeply with others, forging connections and inspiring trust. It is through our authentic voices that we can truly make a difference in the lives of those around us. As we reflect on the remarkable life of Rosa Parks, we are reminded that each one of us possesses a voice capable of advocating for justice, equality, and positive change. We are reminded that our voices matter and that it is our responsibility to use them wisely and purposefully. Let us draw inspiration from Rosa Parks and find the courage to speak up, to listen deeply, to act with integrity, and to let our voices echo in the pursuit of a better world.